It's currently the 31st of December, and that means it's already the last day of 2020, which is really insane because it feels like the year just started and then now it's ending. But 2020 has just been a year full of ups and downs for me, and I guess for everyone as well. Oh my god, my neighborhood is seriously so noisy today, but I can't really do anything about it, so I'm sorry. It's been a really chaotic year with having to adapt to this whole pandemic situation and moving online for school halfway through the semester. 2020 was also sort of exciting for me because I started uploading videos to this channel, and it was something that I had wanted to do for many years. Like, if you go and look at the date that my channel was created, it was actually created back in 2017. I was actually running a Tumblr account where I posted like study related stuff. And then I thought of making like study tube videos, but I didn't know if people would like it, so I kept putting it off for many years. And then this year I was like, you know what, it's a new decade, it's time to try new things, and I finally uploaded my first video. I uploaded my first video on January the 19th. If you look at the earliest video that I have on my channel right now, it's actually not uploaded on January the 19th, it's actually uploaded later than that because I already unlisted the very first video that I uploaded. But yeah, the true first video was uploaded on January the 19th, which means it will be 1 year since I uploaded it in about just over 2 weeks. I hope that 2021 will be a better year than 2020. I think we've already had enough of chaos and negative energy to last us for another decade. So I hope 2021 will start off well and end off well and be well all throughout the middle too. I'm just probably gonna spend the last day of 2020 chilling and finishing up any things that I need to finish up before the year ends. I will get started with that, and I will see you soon.
Jangan tinggalkan barang Anda tanpa diawasi. Jika Anda ternampak orang atau barang yang mencurigakan, sila laporkan kepada kaki tangan kami.
So it is currently the 1st of January and it's already 11:28 p.m. I actually didn't do much today. I came home from my friend's place pretty late in the afternoon, and I just spent most of the evening watching YouTube videos. But right now I'm actually going to do this thing that I do every year, and that is to write a letter to myself. So let me just open up my Evernote. As you can see, I have a bunch of letters that I have written to myself in the past year. And the first letter that I wrote was back in 2015. And then I didn't write a letter in 2016, but since 2017 I have been writing a letter to myself to summarize the year every single year. So let's look back at what I wrote for last year. For 2019 summary. On the 31st of December 2019, I wrote this letter, and it says, 2019 has been such a ride. I had so much fun, but also went through quite a lot of stress. It's been a crazy year, and I'm glad it's over, but also sort of sad to see it come to an end. The year started out with a trip to Taiwan, and that was my first time going overseas with friends. It was nice to shop and eat and take photos. It was colder than I expected, and I almost froze in the Taipei wind at Taipei Yaolingyao. Overall, it was a really fun trip. After we came back from Taiwan, I started working at in February. That was my first time doing temp paid work. Guess this year was full of firsts. It was a really meh job. Nobody really cared about me or talked to me, so it was sort of sian. But there wasn't much work at times, and I ended up finishing a lot of books during work. I was so happy when my 3 months were over because it was seriously getting so tedious. It was interesting being in an office environment and working office hours for the first time though. We also received our A-level results in February. I never expected that I'd get all A's. I remember I was so scared to get back my results because I felt that I'd screwed up some papers, but everything worked out in the end. After that, it was time to choose a uni and move on to uni. It was sort of scary and crazy that I was done with JC just like that. I just remembered, the day after my last day of work, me and my family went to watch Endgame, and it was so disappointing, to be honest. At the end of July, we had uni orientation. It turned out quite fun and I made some friends. Uni was such an up and down experience. I learned a lot of stuff, but the workload and stress was like the same or even more than A-levels. So much fun. I also got so lonely at times, but I survived anyway. Oh my god, I just remembered something I should include. I went to JJ Lin's concert. I don't know how to put my feelings into words, but it was great. I think those are the highlights of 2019. Overall, 2019 was a year filled with memories and experiences. I got to meet my friends quite a lot, and there were so many entertaining shopping trips. Also, our biannual chalet was fun too. I rate the year 3.5 out of 5. I hope next year will be an even better year. Let's go 2020. I have some little goals for 2020. I want to watch at least one movie a month, read 25 books, of which 5 are non-fiction, and journal at least once a month. I think they are pretty achievable, so let's hope I achieve them. I'm sort of excited to see what 2020 has in store for me. I really hope it's good things. Here's to a good year filled with happiness and fun and success. We all know how 2020 went and it was not filled with happiness and fun and success. But I guess it was still a pretty interesting year. So now that we're done looking back at the letter that I wrote for 2019, I am going to write a letter to look back on 2020, and yeah, I will get to that right now. So it's currently 11 o'clock and it's still raining. It's been raining since I woke up at about 8 o'clock. The water was so cold when I went to wash up just now, which was both refreshing but also really annoying. As you can see, there's a lot of condensation on my window this morning, which makes it feel super wintry. This year has just been really rainy since it started, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. So I already set up my bullet journal for 2021, and right now I'm just going to flip through it and show you guys what I have already set up. At the front of my binder I have this keychain, and I actually bought these charms separately and assembled them into a keychain by myself. I think I have some footage of me assembling this keychain, so I will include it if I can find it. As for the cover page of my 2021 bullet journal, I made it really simple. I have this Totoro photo that I got from, I think, Pinterest, pasted over here. And then I have my favorite quote pasted over here, which is actually a quote from the dystopian series Legend. Behind this, I have my year at a glance. And then next, I have this very simple page that I created as sort of a filler page, because next I have my 2021 at a glance spread. I wanted it to be on 2 pages like this, side by side, so I needed something to fill this page, and I just created this simple filler page. So I actually originally wrote 2020 at a glance here, and I had to fix it by pasting over a new piece of paper because apparently I'm still living in last year. I'm really excited to fill this in, and I'm really excited to see what 2021 will have in store for all of us. Hopefully it's good things, but yeah. Then the next spread that I have is the watch list, and I set this up in my previous video if I'm not wrong, so you can check it out over here and down below as well. I will link it down below. So I will write down the date that I watched the movie or the show, the title, and my rating for it. I think I usually rate out of 5 stars for movies and out of 10 stars for shows. I'm also planning to write a little small review for each show and movie that I watched so that I know why I rated it that way. And then the last yearly spread that I have set up is my goals spread. I only have 4 goals written here, and these are like the more measurable goals, I guess. I wrote them down here so that I will regularly see them and remember to work towards achieving them. So hopefully I will be able to achieve these goals, and we will find out at the end of the year if I actually did. So right before my monthly spreads, I have this grid spacing guide that was inspired by Amanda Rach Lee. If you watch her videos, you'll know that she sets this up in all her bullet journals, and it's just a quick guide to the common spacings that I use. If you want to know more about how the grid spacing works, you should probably go watch Amanda Rach Lee's videos because she explains it so much better than me. But moving on, we have January setup, and for January I did a black and white theme. So I think I've been doing a black and white theme pretty much every year for January since maybe 2017 or 18, and I thought this year I wanted to do that as well. And I actually did a similar cover spread before, which I'll insert a photo here. But this year I decided that I wanted to recreate that, and this actually looks really pretty in my opinion. I think I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then behind this I have my calendar for January, which is still pretty empty as of now. I only have the dates written in for my module registration, and I also penciled in some of my video ideas. My plans usually change a lot, so we shall see what I end up uploading. And behind this, I just have this quote that I wrote down. I think this quote is also really suitable for January because it's about new beginnings. So yeah, that is all that I have set up. I haven't set up my weekly spreads yet because I currently don't really have much to plan for on a weekly basis. So I have peeled off most of the plastic. The plastic is really stubborn and it's like stuck under all of the metal pieces, but I will just get rid of whatever remaining plastic there is later on. So for now, that is all with my bullet journal.
Just checking in.
You having a nice time?
Can you keep a secret? I'm trying to organize a prison break.
Package of stationery came. I had to answer the door with my hair in a mess, and I'm just like so embarrassed right now.
You're the best I